Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I recap the movie Finist, the First Warrior. It is a Russian fantasy adventure film filled with magic, mythical creatures, heroic battles, and colorful folklore-inspired characters. The story follows a brave warrior as he faces mystical challenges, powerful villains, and a journey of courage and destiny. So, grab your popcorn, turn off the lights, and enjoy my quick recap to save your precious time.
At the beginning of the story, we see a powerful man named Finist and his apprentice Andy. At this moment, the two of them are heading into the forest to catch a huge wild boar that has been destroying people's crops. The villagers were really fed up with it. Even in front of this dangerous animal, Finist wasn't afraid. He told Andy that everyone considers him a hero. If I don't get this boar under control, what respect will I have left? He picked up his weapon and attacked the boar. But these small attacks had no effect on the boar. To help Finist, Andy also attacked the boar with his weapon. But his weapon got stuck in the boar's snout and it woke up from its sleep. Now the boar got angry and charged toward Andy. But just then, Finist stepped in front of it. He used all his strength to stop it, but couldn't hold back this powerful animal. With just a little effort, the boar tossed Finist into the air, and in the end, he landed right on top of the boar. To get the boar under control, Andy threw a rope toward Finist. As soon as Finist grabbed the rope, the boar started flying through the air. Finist tied the rope around both of the boar's wings and its horn, which brought the boar under his control, and then Finist started flying it as he pleased. Soon, he flew it back to the village. When the villagers saw that even such a huge animal was dancing to Finist's tune, everyone started cheering his name. Among these people was a witch named Baba Yaga. She said to Finist, "If you're really that powerful, then prove it." There was a big stone blocking the water in front of her house, so she challenged Finist to move the stone from there. Finist said that he had faced much bigger troubles before, and the witch had given him such a small challenge. He started telling stories of his bravery. Yaga said, "I won't believe it until I see it with my own eyes." Hearing this, everyone started laughing. Finist, angry, went back to his house. He was very angry at Yaga because now, instead of praising his bravery, people were making fun of him. Now he wanted to prove his strength in front of everyone so that people would start praising him again. Andy suggested that there was a way to do that. You see that tower over there? It's believed that a monster has imprisoned a very beautiful girl there, and that girl's a princess. If you kill that monster and free the princess, your name will be known throughout the world. Finist decided that he would definitely fight this monster. As night fell, Finist and Andrew set out toward the tower. When they arrived, he saw that some warriors had already come here to defeat the monster, but they hadn't come here to become famous. They wanted to rescue the princess and marry her. They all asked Finist if they defeated the monster together, who would get the princess. To this, Finist replied, "I don't want the princess. I'm just here to make a name for myself." Separately, Finist told Andy that he wanted to kill the monster alone, so he wouldn't wait until morning. Saying this, he entered the tower through the window. As soon as he arrived, Finist met the beautiful princess. She asked Finist, "Have you come here to die too?" Finist said, "I've come to save you." Hearing this, the girl ran inside. To stop her, Finist grabbed her hand. The princess pulled her hand away and went behind a pillar. Just then, a snake attacked Finist from behind. Finist started fighting the snake. Then Finist realized that this wasn't just any ordinary snake, but actually the tail of the monster he had come here to fight. Seeing this, at first he attacked the monster fiercely, but when none of his strikes worked, Finist grabbed the monster's tail, that is, the snake's mouth, in his hand and tried with all his strength to tear the snake's mouth apart. But as soon as Finist pried open its mouth with his hands, the snake spat into Finist's eyes, and now Finist could no longer see. He was blinded. Even after going blind, Finist didn't give up, and feeling around with his foot, managed to find his weapon. Now Finist attacked the monster again, but the monster disappeared. Finist attacked so many times that the tower started to break apart. The noise of the crumbling tower woke up all the warriors. They all came to the spot where the debris was falling from the tower. These warriors saw neither the princess nor the monster. All they saw was Finist, trapped under the rubble, slowly getting up. When Andy found out that Finist had lost his sight, he took him away from there and brought him home. Finist was furious after losing his eyes. He had become very irritable. Andy couldn't bear to see him in this condition. Andy went to Baba Yaga for help. He told Baba Yaga everything that had happened to Finist, but Baba Yaga flatly refused to help because when she was in trouble, Finist hadn't helped her either. When Finist found out about this, he became very sad. And so, time kept passing by. Now, Andy had also stopped coming to see Finist. He could barely manage to do any of his chores. He would go out to buy food and supplies, but the kids would steal his fruit. Now, he was about to run out of money too. One day, when Andy came to Finist's house, Finist angrily told him that he didn't have any work for Andy, so he should go and find something else to do. Hearing this, Andy left from there. As time went by, Finist's money ran out completely. Now the day came when Finist started eating rotten fruits from the market. One day, when he couldn't even find any rotten fruit, he just sat in the market with his basket. Baba Yaga happened to be passing by, and when she saw Finist, she put some food from her own basket in the Finist basket. Before the two could say anything to each other, some bandits attacked the village. The bandits started killing the villagers. Finist couldn't see, but he could clearly hear how people were dying and suffering. As soon as the bandits came near him, he attacked them back by following the sound of their voices. Even though he couldn't see anything, he was fighting 2 or 3 bandits at once, relying only on the sounds. Another bandit threw a rope at Finist, but Finist caught the rope, pulled the bandit off his horse, and then dragged him over and gave him a good beating. But some bandits attacked him from behind, and he fell unconscious right there. When he regained consciousness, he was on a ship. His neck and hands were tied to a wooden beam. Baba Yaga and many people from the village were also on this ship. Then we saw that Andy was here too. He was freely roaming around the ship. Baba Yaga asked, "How are you able to roam around freely?" So he said that he had convinced the bandits that he was on their side and would help them. At the same time, he would also keep an eye on the villagers for the bandits. Right now, Andy had a golden lamp that he had stolen from the bandits. He said that he would sell this lamp and make a lot of money. As soon as Andy rubbed the lamp to clean it, a genie came out of it. Everyone was terrified when they saw him. Even Andy was scared. Hearing the commotion downstairs, a bandit came there. But the genie killed the bandit and threw him upwards. When the genie came to Andy to ask for his wish, Andy told him to go back into the lamp, and the genie went back into the lamp again. A bandit came from above, held a sword to Andy's neck, took his lamp back from him, and soon the ship reached Arabia. All the people brought from the village were lined up to be sold as slaves. There, a masked man came and bought Finist, Baba Yaga, and Andy. He took them to his palace. As soon as they arrived, everyone was amazed to see such a huge palace. Robots were working in this palace. However, this is a very ancient era. Just then, that man removed the mask from his face. He said, "Don't be surprised, I am a scientist and I made all these robots myself." This man explained that he had created many other machines as well to make people's work easier. Finist told this man his story, how he was once a powerful warrior and after going blind, his life became a living hell. The scientist said, "I've heard about you and Baba Yaga. This man buys slaves and then sets them free." As soon as it was time to eat, the scientist had his robot bring the food. Everyone was really impressed to see this. They all thought it was some kind of magic. But the scientist explained that this wasn't magic or anything like that. "I've been working on these for the past 500 years. Hearing this, Yaga was shocked and asked, "How have you stayed so young for 500 years? To this, the scientist said that he had created a chemical which, if consumed, could keep people young forever. He then took all 3 of them to show his lab. There, Finist asked how he had made this chemical and whether drinking it could restore his eyesight too. The scientist replied that it wouldn't work for that, but he had something else. He put a pair of glasses on Finist, which allowed him to see everything again. The scientist believed that with the help of science, any miracle could be achieved, and that those who used magic were harming the world. To eliminate these harmful things, he had built a machine. To prove his point, he took out the lamp he had bought from the robbers. Yaga said that this could be dangerous, but the scientist didn't stop. He rubbed the lamp and a genie came out of it. He turned on his machine, which sucked the genie inside it. After that, he said, "See, my invention has destroyed the genie." That same night, the scientist found out that there was a monster on a nearby hill who was harming ordinary people. The scientist said that he absolutely had to catch it. When Phineas found out that this monster had a lion's face and a snake-like tail, he immediately realized that it was the same monster that had blinded him. Phineas told the scientist, "I want to come with you too. I have to take revenge on that monster." But the scientist doesn't want to put his life in danger. To this, Phineas said, "You help me, so I'll help you too." After that, the scientist gave Phineas a gadget, which, if placed near the monster, would trap it automatically. At night, Baba Yaga broke into the scientist's lab. She wanted to drink that chemical so she could stay young forever too. But the scientist caught her and said, "If you all manage to bring the monster, I will personally give you a small portion of that chemical." The next day, when everyone was ready to leave, the scientist showed them his spaceship, which would help them reach there very quickly. He taught all of them how to operate it. Before they left, the scientist said, "I want that monster alive." The scientist had also upgraded Phineas's weapon. Now it had a button, and by pressing it, you could do everything that an ordinary weapon couldn't do before. Now they boarded the flying saucer and began their journey, and soon they reached the mountain where the monster was. After searching for quite a while, Phineas finally found the monster's footprints. The footprints were leading into a cave. Phineas placed the scientist's machine outside the cave. Phineas knew that he wasn't supposed to kill the monster, just capture it. That's why he calmly went inside, challenged the monster with his weapon, and then came back out. As soon as he came out, his head hit a tree and he passed out right there. The monster also came out of the cave. Before the monster could harm Phineas, Baba Yaga quickly activated the machine. A bunch of chains shot out from the machine and dragged the monster inside. Then Yaga pulled the lever again and the machine shut off. After a little while, Phineas regained consciousness too, and now all of them started their journey back together. The journey was very long, so they decided to rest for the night along the way. At night, Finist heard a girl's voice from inside the cage. He started to open the cage. Baba Yaga tried to stop him from doing so, but he didn't stop. When the cage was opened, inside was the same princess whom Finist had met in the tower. Baba Yaga said that this means the princess herself is the monster. Yaga said that letting her out could be very dangerous, but Finist wasn't willing to listen because he had fallen for the princess. As soon as Finist reached out toward the princess, Baba Yaga pushed him away and closed the cage. The princess explained that she didn't take his hand because she was under a curse. If any man touches her, she'll turn into a monster. Princess said, "I'm not evil. She only harms someone if they attack her first, so that no one gets hurt because of her." I live here alone in the mountains, but people still don't let me live in peace. After this, we saw that the scientist had stolen a farmer's cat. The farmer begged him, saying that the cat doesn't harm anyone and actually helps out a little. Actually, at night, this cat would emit light, which would illuminate the surroundings. But the scientist didn't listen to the farmer. He placed the cat under his machine. This machine could absorb the magical powers of anything, and in the same way, it absorbed the cat's magical power and then turned the cat from magic into a chemical, which the scientist stored in his vault. Here, the scientist had already collected a lot of chemicals. There, the princess and Finist had started falling in love with each other. Baba Yaga and Andy captured both of them and started taking them to the scientist. When they reached the scientist's palace, they stood at a distance and started watching the scientist. They saw that the scientist had drained all the magic from a magical bird and put the chemical made from it into his robots. This meant that these robots were running not on science, but with the help of magic. He was extracting all these chemicals from every magical thing. After this, Baba Yaga, furious, confronted him. She said, "You are a liar. These robots are not inventions, but puppets powered by magic, which means your long life is also due to magic. The magic that the scientist obtained by killing innocent animals." Hearing this, the scientist got angry and said, "Anyone who learns my secret does not live to tell the tale." After that, Baba Yaga and Andy got scared and started to run away from there. Baba Yaga also freed Finist and the princess because she realized that the scientist would do the same thing to this princess as well. The princess said that she knows the scientist. He has been after her for quite some time. Just then, the scientist also arrived there. He gathered all his robots so that none of them could escape, and then he started extracting the magic from inside the princess using his machine. Finist tried to save her, but he was tied up. He couldn't save her, but he grabbed the princess's hand so that she would turn into a monster. As soon as she turned into a monster, the princess broke her chains and escaped from there. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Baba Yaga and Finist also escaped from there, but the scientist's men started chasing them. Baba Yaga used her magic to get away from them. She threw watermelon seeds at them, which suddenly turned into watermelons. The scientist also brought out his giant robot. He couldn't let Finist and Baba Yaga go under any circumstances because they knew his secret. Andy tried to explain to the scientist that they already had plenty of the magical chemical, but the scientist wouldn't listen. When the giant turtle robot came out, the entire palace was destroyed. Now the scientist was sitting inside this robot, chasing after Finist and Yaga along with Andy. He started firing cannonballs at the two of them. Finist told Yaga, "You distract him, and I'll try to climb on top and flip it over, because if this giant turtle gets flipped, it won't be able to get back up." As soon as the robot came in front of Yaga, the machine inside it started sucking out the magic from within Yaga, making her look extremely old. Seeing this, Finist felt really sorry for her. But while she was distracting the scientist, Finist climbed on top of the turtle. When the scientist saw this, he spread the turtle's arms wide to try and throw Finist off. Finist didn't fall, but his glasses did. Now he couldn't see anything. As soon as Baba Yaga saw this, she started helping Finist. She began telling him how to fight and where to go. Just then, the princess, who had turned into a demon, arrived there. Seeing her, the scientist got scared. Meanwhile, Finist tied a chain around the turtle's neck and started turning it upside down. After that, all the magical chemicals inside the turtle began to pour out. The scientist tried to escape from there using his magical wings, but his magical wings didn't work and he fell into that magical chemical below and died. Meanwhile, Finist was also exhausted and fainted. The princess started crying when she saw him lying there because she was afraid that something might have happened to him. She had truly fallen in love with Finist. As soon as the princess's tears fell into Finist's eyes, he suddenly regained consciousness. At the same time, his eyesight also returned. Finist confessed his love to her and promised to always stay with the princess. But the princess said that because of my curse, I can't stay with you. Finist became sad and returned to the village with his other companions. But even then, he was still lost in memories of the princess. When Baba Yaga was searching for a way to become young again, she also found a way to break the princess's curse. She happily went to Finist and gave him this good news. She explained that this curse was intentionally placed on the princess. It wasn't her fault at all, and now their next task would be to break the princess's curse. But maybe that'll be shown in the next part of the movie, which hasn't come out yet. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and help us reach 1 million quickly. Please, I just can't wait anymore, man.